Hello everyone, what's going on? Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're gonna be going over July 30th, 2023 trade. It was on USDJPY and we were going longs. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so when I came to the charts, this is what I was presented with. This is the trade that I took, but I have it on replay, so we can go over it together. So we can identify that we had some supply here, and initially, whenever there's a sort of supply in void that price hasn't filled yet, it's because there was like a lot of sellers pressuring a lot of sellers coming in at that one time with a velocity that price initially didn't have time to pick up there was like a lot of liquidity here. Initially at price history, price will reverse sometimes to pick the liquidity up and then to continue to sales or the continuation to the desired direction. So we came with the velocity of selling pressure and we instantly broke through. But let's focus right here on the initiative price targets in price movements, price direction, all lot of good stuff. We can see that price was retesting this resistance right here several of times, and initially we broke past it, came to the second resistance and we broke past it with igniting momentum, retesting the supply zone that we can identify on past history, and we instantly got this sort of sell-off where liquidity was then brought back into the markets to pick it up. And where are we initially heading to? We can identify on lower time frames such as the 4-hour that right now, as of this price what's called correction, we can easily identify that price was reacting from this zone right here, which was a prior demand zone that price initially had to come back to make a sort of reaction and action, right? An action and then a reaction. We can also identify that we're working with these supply zones right here on a lower time frame, such as the 1-hour. We can identify that there sure is a supply zone right here that price has not even touched. So on lower time frames, we can put the same concept that seller's pressure came in with a velocity that price initially didn't have time to pick the liquidity up. So price tends to move from supply and demand. That's basically it. We react from that supply zone and we get this reaction to a demand zone that we concluded. But we're initially trading momentum, so I was simply looking for longs due to the 4-hour being retesting this support and demand zone right here. So that's a confluence for me to go long. Momentum is to the upside for minor momentum, right? So we have major momentum and we have minor, and then we have like a micro. That's how I personally categorize my momentums, and I want to know what initially I'm working with as of for past few candlesticks that was printed to me. So I can identify that we're working with bullish momentum, and I want to know where price can initially come up to, right? As I told you guys, we identified that there are some supply zones here that price can initially go to. So I just want to look for pullbacks now. So I already identified that price is going bullish. The targets where I want to target to sell, to like take profits. Now the third step that I want to identify is a demand zone where price can initially pull back to. We can easily establish that this is the first eyesight demand that I see where price can pull back to in confluence with some MA crossings here in a minor resistance or a major resistance, you can call it. Right here, this red line right here represents a minor resistance that initially wanted price to start to trade above for me to actually look for gold longs due to price not initially significantly breaking this minor resistance right here. So to conclude, I want price to come to this demand zone right here in confluence and in sync with this resistance zone for me to get a confirmation or anticipate that price can initially target those supply zones on the 4-hour and a 1-hour time frame due to momentum being to the upside. That's why I'm looking for longs. So let's see if other thing that I want to point out is that we have not just one but a couple of demand zones that price can initially pull back to. I often ask myself questions like, where am I not going to be interested anymore? What demand zone am I not going to be interested anymore to look to go longs? So if this is a demand zone, this is a demand zone, look at the 1 hour, this is the demand zone, and this is the demand zone in a 15-minute chart. So 3 demand zones that I catch my eye on to. This demand zone is very appropriate in confluence with a lot of stuff. So let's go to the second demand zone. The second demand zone, I can identify that price would initially look almost bearish now. If price was to reach this demand zone, I would not be looking to go longs anymore due to price initially looking too bearish for my instincts. At demand number 3, it's not even a question. Price is already going bullish, and then as price printed that, because it will take a while for price to get there, so as price prints that in on like a daily or 4-hour time frame, okay, I can then change my bias to, okay, price is not bullish but initially bearish, and then I'll change my bias, and then I will just flip. I would dive in inverse, and I will flip that to go bearish. So I would be looking for supplies to go shorts to demands, but it all depends, right, where the momentum on the 4 time frame charts. Let's conclude. So this is the one demand zone that I would respect. If it trades under, I'm no longer interested. And we also have some fundamentals like FOMC, interest rate hike, that also confluence with this USDJPY trade that I thought due to prior weeks being dovish, and there's like a lot of buying pressure in the US dollar right now, as of right now in July, from like 29, I believe it was the FOMC meeting, and we can identify that that was in confluence as well. So very strong probability of this price to continue to move to the upside. Now let's play this long. Also, I want to wait for my session so I can take this trade, which is like probably like 9. Let's trade like Asian sessions. Price is going, and then boom, right here, right? I enter right here on this one. So let me tell you why. This is interesting as well. So we can identify that price did a May break, which is part of my entry signals on the lower time frames. Price also traded above this resistance zone. And if we jump to a lower time frames, the higher time frames such as the 1 hour, we can identify that the prior candlestick, this one right here, this small little one right here, closed above the prior red one, which was outside of the session, indicating bearish momentum to this demand zone, but price initially closed above this prior bearish candlestick. Price then, for the following candlestick, price started trend above this MA and anticipated for a continuation. Like price doesn't necessarily gonna be reaching all the way down there sometimes. So that was anticipated, and then I also had my stop loss to cover if price was even to get lower. I would not conclude that price was gonna get under these MAs. So there was like a strong support there, and price would initially, the MAs would instantly be raising, so that would be ideally in my stop loss. These MAs were not here. I would need to set my stop loss on 15-minute time frame and then cover it all the way like down here, where I can cover this demand zone and it's 200 MA, which is very strong, very strong. A lot of traders, veteran traders, use that 200 MA. Now we can conclude, right? Price goes and simply hits my targets right away. There was like a lot of bullish momentum at the time as well. Price hits stop loss. I mean the take profit. My apologies. And yeah, we're at New York session right now, where price instantly hit my other target, where initially was gonna wait for it, but due to some things that I just closed it off. Didn't wanna like take it anymore. Didn't wanna deal with it. Didn't wanna be greedy. And yeah, guys, that was it for this trade, USDJPY. Thank you guys for watching once again. Please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, and let me know what you want to see next. Thank you.